Cheers.
Cheers.
So Terry, how can corporates act like a startup?
Well, it's a good question. I think it starts small, so they're not going to suddenly become a startup. So it needs to start somewhere within the organisation, maybe as an innovation lab that starts with one particular project or problem and really kind of grow from there. And it needs to create a movement. So it's about making something that's visible, that people can actually even walk past in the organisation, that everyone's aware of, that starts to draw more people in and starts to create this kind of movement within the organisation that infiltrates every department beyond the team that you're necessarily immediately dealing with.
Well, I think that's an interesting point, right? Because a lot of companies, if you're a BP or an Accenture, they do a lot of incubation, so they'll create a lot of very small parts of their businesses that are really good at innovating. The question is how do you stop doing little bits of innovation as a company, like the Accenture or the BP model where you create an innovation lab or an incubator,
Right.
But instead how do you actually spread that across the whole organisation as a kind of way and a movement?
And I guess how do you spread it as well? Because companies have been going for decades, if not hundreds of years sometimes, and it's just their culture is just embedded with kind of traditional ways of working, defensive ways of working. Actually, it's about optimising operational efficiency. It's not about growth, and yet we're now in a time of massive disruption, aren't we? That's happening.
Exactly, and I think culture is key. So, how do you change culture? That's always a big question, and I don't think necessarily anyone can go in and suddenly change a company's culture. It's about creating something that starts a movement within the organisation that, like I say, and like your point, Tom, maybe it starts small, but then it starts to draw in more people, more departments, and you've got to make it visible. So it needs to be sat somewhere within the organisation. Like today I was with one of our clients and we've created this amazing space that started small but is very central. People walk past the window, they see the activity that's going on and they get drawn in, and we're creating these little movements that will then grow and hopefully start to infiltrate the rest of the organisation.
Yeah, and I think that point about movement's absolutely right, because actually that's two things, right? Firstly, it's got to be shared. So everyone's got to have access to that same service. It can't just be one small part of the business innovating. But I think the second thing is it's got to show results. So it's got to do stuff, build stuff, make stuff happen. And that's not going to happen in the little tower of innovation. It's got to happen across the whole business.
So I guess there's a summary there for you that in our opinion we think that creating change and creating a new way of working like a startup really does take a movement with the organisation. So it takes culture, it takes leadership, it takes tools, it takes all those things, but you've got to empower the punks, right?
Yeah.
Long live the punks.
Long live the punks.